Picking up speed there.
But 25, that's going to be that big intersection he's going to have to run into. So,
all right,
yeah.
We don't know how this is going to end. We do know, fortunately, and kind of being blocked there by some buildings, but that the 4-year-old is safe. So
we do. Okay, so the 4-year-old
is safe.
It was
in the ditched vehicle.
Initial Amber Alert that came out from Longmont more than an hour ago, where this suspect basically carjacked the car after the woman left the kid in the car. She went into the convenience store. He took the red Ford Edge, right, and then carjacked this van. Now he's in this van. They're hitting speeds 80 to 100 miles an hour. This is C470, the toll road, coming up to I-25 now, and you can see traveling at a very high rate of speed.
My goodness. Now, it is good that they've been following now. It's been more than an hour and a half. So they've been, as you mentioned, blocking off all those on-ramps to these particular interstates and these expressways.
Dago, our producer, just did the math for me. But yeah, the chopper was going 102 knots, meaning it's going about 117 miles an hour, and can barely keep up with this guy on the ground. So now, probably speeds more than 100 miles an hour, obviously, here. But you did say a minute ago, remember, he was kind of slowing down, maybe getting into some traffic?
He was, yeah. Well, he obviously knows at this point, he saw the sign saying police chase in progress. So, he knows he's being monitored very, very closely here. So we don't know the background of this particular suspect. We don't know what he's running from. We just know at this point that he has carjacked two vehicles this morning since 6:20.
That's, and again, now Longmont Police, obviously State Patrol continuing on this. It's just past the 8 o'clock hour now, so now we're getting into close to 2 hours since this incident has been going on. Initially an Amber Alert, and again, Commerce City Police told us that the child is okay from that Ford Edge. Okay, something's, what is going on?
Now, I saw a tweet coming in from our Denver station saying that's heading I-25 toward Parker. So is that what you were saying?
He's not on 25. No, he's not on 25 yet. He's still on 4.
That was 1 minute ago. Okay.
Okay, let's see where he's going now. I don't believe he's on 25. He's going 100 miles an hour. All right. Trying to get my bearings here to see.
Well, it's difficult because they're zooming in on the vehicle, so you're not really seeing.
I'll tell you what, that's not 470 anymore because there's more lanes on that. My God, look how fast he's going. Jeez. And if he keeps going, if he keeps heading south and comes toward us, I mean, you're going to have a lot of ice that he's going to have to deal with coming over, Monument Hill, and very slick roads, which is going to be obviously very dangerous, for him and also for the other people that are around him if he's trying to squiggle around and, get around traffic there. Still trying to get perspective. I don't believe he's on 25 yet. I still think this may be the 470. Trying to figure this out. I apologize, but we're trying to follow this for you as best as we can here as he. Okay.
All right, this just switched because so there's some more breaking news that's happening in New York City, and this is, I think it's switched to that. We're going to continue. There's a lot of breaking news happening right now.
Well, I just got a tweet from Colorado or State Patrol Public Affairs saying that they are out of pursuit. It's too dangerous.
Okay.
They are out of pursuit. They're stopping cars from getting on 470. Let's see what here. So, there's 470. We have the picture back now. Okay, so he's still on 470.
Okay.
Not on 25, but he's coming up to 25. And he's coming up right now. Now he's trying to maybe get off the road. I don't know. He's just getting around traffic. We can't see what's up ahead because the chopper is zooming in on this car. Oh, man, that sign went by too fast. I don't know if he's past 25 or not because I know he went away for just a moment. Okay.
Oh, now he's exiting.
Getting off on an exit there. At exit 2. So that's right before 25.
Okay.
All right. So now he's getting off and back
which direction.
Back onto a. Okay. Doors open. Doors open.
Right, let's watch this closely.
The door's open. Oh my gosh.
Hit another car. I mean, last time he's not running. I mean, he is running. I was thinking he was going to carjack that other vehicle, but he didn't.
He got out of the car. He's wearing his yellow jacket.
Oh no.
I don't know what he's doing here. Now he's going to get back in the car. He's going to try to take this minivan over this median strip here. He jumped up.
That was strange. It was almost like he was in panic mode. He didn't know what he was going to do.
Yeah, he jumped up and waved his.
I'm just glad he did not carjack someone else.
Well, he waved his hands in the air, and did you say? Yeah, it looks like he maybe have a flat tire. Yeah,
well,
he's got a flat tire in the back left. Yeah, it is. And now it hits another car. Doors open again. The door's opening and he's pushing this car out of the way.
My goodness.
This car has no idea what's going on. Door is open. Again, I think he got off on exit 2 from 470. And now, I don't know, it just hits this other car. My goodness. Oh, my goodness. These people have no idea. The tire's completely off now. Now he's on rims, at least on the back.
Oh, don't stop.
Now he's out of the car. Oh, my goodness. He doesn't look to have a weapon.
Are we
He's
going
pulling
through
this
this
person
again?
out of the car.
Here we go. Oh my! This is the second carjacking.
It's a third.
Well, if you count the first, which yes, he stole that vehicle while the woman was inside the convenience store. But we have seen live on TV 2 carjackings where he literally pulled people out of their vehicles.
Look at this lady right here. Look at her. Look at her. She's screaming. That's the.
Oh my gosh.
That's the car that he just stole, and now he's going back onto the road here.
How is this going to end? My goodness.
Oh my goodness. I've never seen anything like this before.
And again, we saw the
I saw her screaming and trying to
well,
fight him off.
there isn't anybody else in that vehicle,
That's
too.
what I'm saying. I mean, you never know. Somebody else could be in that car because she was screaming and trying to say, please don't, take my car. But when Colorado State Patrol says it's too dangerous, they pulled back. I mean, so there weren't any cops around at that time when he got off in that intersection because he was just running around waving his arms up. We all watched that. We thought he was going to carjack that other car, and he didn't. He carjacked this car.
Right.
Now there's a cop right there.
Oh
my goodness.
Okay,
my goodness.
This could end right here. Let's see.
This is it. There's a cop right there. There's a cop right there. He's running.
Oh no, he's going to try to carjack another vehicle. All right, is that the only
now
officer?
it's a foot pursuit. Now he doesn't have a vehicle. Now he doesn't have a vehicle. This is live TV, folks. We don't know how this is going to end.
My
Running
goodness.
into a parking lot of another business. He's not going to get away. Everybody's watching him. He just slipped on the ice, lost his jacket. Is he going to look for another car? He keeps going.
Over a fence, or he's trying to anyway.
Well, he's weak. He can't even get over that fence.
Nope.
Come on, cops.
Here we go.
Get him.
Here we go. This is going to end.
Hit him. They got him on the ground.
They got him.
On the ground.
Oh my goodness.
On the ground. On the ground.
Close to 2 hours we have been following this dramatic crime scene and car chase that started with a carjacking at a convenience store in Longmont. And here it ends nearly 2 hours later.
Oh my God. You can see the cops, have their guns trained on him. I mean, they do not want this guy to try to do anything else. So we watched him carjack 2 cars.
2 vehicles. Absolutely incredible. And we still don't know, why he started doing this in the first place.
We don't know. It originally came from Longmont Police as an Amber Alert because there was a child in that vehicle. Went all the way up to Brighton on 76. Went the wrong way on 76 after he carjacked the van. Then that van crashed and he carjacked another car and wrecked right there where he went on foot pursuit essentially and tried to run behind some buildings. And you can see, we watched it right there live, police getting this guy.
And what is so incredible is, from what we can tell, it doesn't look like there were anyone injured during this pursuit where, again, going the wrong way, clipping different vehicles, carjacking 2 different vehicles on live TV, and we didn't see any major crashes. So it comes to an end, and I'm sure we're going to be learning a lot more about this.
Now here's the crash too. Remember that woman when she got carjacked from this car? She was screaming, "Don't take my car."
Right.
Usually when you get carjacked, let them take the dang car, okay?
Sure.
But if someone's inside, like maybe a kid, people are driving their kids to school. People are, have, their family or their friends in their car. So she was pleading for him not to take the car. And so I don't know if somebody is in that car or not, but obviously that car wrecked. And we don't know any of the details on that. Well, that the cops got him now, and people breathing a collective sigh of relief, not only throughout Denver, but God, all over Colorado, because we've been bringing this to you live on Fox 21 since 7:30 this morning.
And you figure, how many miles did he cover as he was, going down those different interstates and taking different vehicles? And it was going to end eventually, and he was not giving up easily. That's for sure.
He did not want to be caught. Yeah, we don't know if this guy has warrants. I mean, again, he looks like a young white man there. I don't know, maybe early 20s, with saggy pants. He's got the wife beater shirt on. He had a yellow yellow coat that he stripped off when he was trying to run. This was in a parking lot of some sort of building there. Are we seeing a perspective of where this is? Do we know where exactly he was caught, guys? Do we have any of that in the back yet, or where exactly that was? Because once it got into the side streets, I kind of lost track.
It was hard to tell.
We know he got off on exit 2 in 470 right before he got to I-25, and so anywhere around that area, maybe that's when he went into the parking lot here and tried to run. But yeah, Kimberly, I've never seen anything like this on TV before. I've never worked with anything. I mean, I'm literally shaking right now because we just watched all that play out on live TV.
And not knowing how it was going to end, which it could have been badly. We weren't sure if he had a weapon. We weren't sure if he was going to hit any vehicles head on as he was going the wrong way down the interstate.
And remember, right before he carjacked this last car, Colorado State Patrol tweeted out they're done. They're not going to pursue him. It's too dangerous. That's a local police department there that is has this suspect in custody. So they were there, obviously, helping out with this, and were right in on it when, he escaped and tried to run out of another car and was just running. He was looking for another car.
He was.
He looked like he was in the parking lot looking for another car, but when he carjacked that last woman, he even ran up, and it looked like he was explaining, like, hey, my car's broken or something, but he didn't have a weapon. It did not look like he had a weapon.
No, he did not.
Yeah, so it looked like he was just trying to, and then he just opened the door, and she pulled her out. And she obviously was very worried about whatever was still inside the car.
Well, it looked like he was going to even try to carjack another vehicle right when the police car was right there next to him. So it could have been. I mean, we didn't know how this was going to end, and it could have ended very, very badly.
Let's take a picture of the suspect, too. We have this convenience store picture. Is that right?
Right.
Yeah.
This was taken this morning around 6:20 when he stole the original vehicle. It was a 2008 red Ford Edge, and he was in Bradley's convenience store gas station, and this is the picture right there. You see him in his yellow jacket.
And Lone Tree is where I'm hearing this is.
Lone Tree. Okay, so that's basically way south of Denver.
Okay. Yeah, obviously south of Denver. So Lone Tree is where apparently that's probably the Lone Tree police there that we're working on. The chopper had to land, get some more fuel, because obviously the chopper was up, and at one point the chopper going 102 knots, which figures to be about 117 miles an hour, and could barely catch up with him. That's what they were saying. But there's the picture of the guy. There's the yellow jacket, and we saw him. So he was in the convenience store, and then he must have run out and taken that car.
Yeah, it was running again. A mother leaving her 4-year-old there inside.
But obviously he went into the store because we have this picture here. So, all right.
We have been following this. It has been a heart-pounding morning here. And I'm just so glad. Like I said, it could have ended so many different ways. And he's now in custody. And that child from the original Amber Alert is safe.
A collective sigh of relief.
I'll tell you.
Just breathe a little bit. We've got to breathe. Okay. Suspect in custody. Good news. Chase is over. Danger averted for now.
Right. And I'm sure we'll learn more about who this guy is.
Yeah, and hopefully if anyone was in that other car, hopefully they're okay. And obviously we already heard that the first child that was abducted is okay as well.
It's amazing.
From this, it started
Absolutely
at 6:20
incredible.
This morning in Longmont. So.
All right, we're going to take a break?
I believe so. We need a break. Yeah, we'll get some water and take a quick break and have much more for you here on your Fox 21 Morning News. Thanks for staying with us.
Fox 21 Morning News, your all-live, all-local morning newscast on right now.
Good morning, and thanks for staying with your Fox 21 Morning News on this Wednesday, March 12th. I'm Kimberly Price.
I'm meteorologist Justin Chambers. Obviously, the last about hour or so, we've been following that live police chase, and the whole thing started at 6:20 this morning. Longmont police saying that the suspect carjacked that first car with the child inside.
Right.
went on that high-speed chase. We watched it live. We picked it up about 7:30, and it just ended a few moments ago. I just saw a tweet, too, that Longmont police are investigating to see if this suspect was involved in an auto theft last night.
Another auto theft.
Another auto theft.
Okay.
So obviously this guy's habitual car thief and then trying to get away. This is a picture here, again, that we showed you earlier. This was early in the chase. It started on I-25, actually.
Right.
And then went over to I-76. It was on some of the surface streets, anywhere from Highway 85, then back down to 470. This is a picture of the suspect there from the convenience store. Obviously, we now know we saw him in that yellow jacket before he stripped it off down to his tank top. After taking... We saw 2 cars live on air. We watched it, and you just mentioned it, Kimberly, a moment ago. It was like a movie.
It was, and you were on the edge of your seat because you didn't know how this whole thing was going to end. We were glad that the Amber Alert for that 4-year-old, ended, and the child was found safe, still in his pajamas.
Yes.
And then those other 2 vehicles going the wrong way down the interstate, and you just never knew if they were going to have a head-on crash or what was going to happen.
And we have to try to keep cool heads here when we're on the news. Obviously, with the Black Forest and Waldo Canyon, we have breaking news. We've got to kind of keep our heads under control. But my heart, it's
Mine
like
too.
this.
Yeah.
I've never witnessed anything like that, even just watching at home, but to actually report it. So anyway, obviously very emotional morning. We'll continue to give you any new information we have on that police chase, and we also have some new news to let you know about Ukraine as well. But right now, quickly want to shift gears. We'll talk about our weather for this morning, and our day today is going to be nice. We'll see temperatures that will be back into the 40s this afternoon. We're still in the teens and 20s, a very chilly start to your day, and wind chills 0 in Monument and 5 below. That's what it feels like at the Air Force Academy. So your weather story, more sunshine, less wind. We will get our highs into the 40s today and then warmer by the time we get into tomorrow. So we've got at least another day in the 40s, but then a pretty nice warm up tomorrow. Brittany, you were watching with all of us. You gave us the first tip.
My heart was going so fast.
Brittany Baker was the first person to alert us to this. She was watching her Twitter feed and saw something was going on up in Denver. So congrats to you, Britt. What do you got for us here locally?
Yeah, we have nothing going on down here quite like we just saw on live TV, but we do have a couple crashes down here right now. One eastbound Fountain west of Academy, that is blocking traffic, and we also have another crash at Burgess and Shipman, that's east of Volmer Road. So keep those 2 crashes in mind as you're headed out in southern Colorado this morning. Here's a live look, I-25 and Glen Eagle. We'll take another look at traffic in about 10 minutes.
Brittany, thank you. 8:20 is your time at noon this morning. The group of 7 world leaders say they will not recognize results of a referendum for the Crimea region to split from Ukraine to join Russia.
Yeah, this is new information this morning and breaking news. A statement from the 7 nations released earlier today, the White House, calling for Russia to cease all efforts to change the status of Crimea.
The leaders also say they would take further action individually and collectively if Russia tries to annex Crimea. The statement was from the leaders of Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, Britain, and the U.S., along with the European Council and the European Commission. Back here in southern Colorado, new this morning, a car crashes into a house in Pueblo, leaving 1 person dead. Now police are looking for the driver. It happened around 8 o'clock last night in the 1900 block of Hollywood Drive. Police say a white Jaguar sedan was driving on Ivywood Lane when it ran off the road and crashed into the house. 1 person inside the home was killed. A second was injured. Neighbors were shocked by the bizarre crash.
There's been fender benders, but there's never been anything like this that I've seen around this neighborhood. And it's sad to think you're not safe in your own home when you're relaxing,
The driver of the vehicle escaped the scene on foot. At this time, police have not been able to locate him. He's described as Hispanic, approximately 5'6", with dark hair. If you have any information, you're asked to call police.
More local news now, and next we continue to follow the investigation of that triple homicide in Canyon City. We now know the victims' autopsies have been rescheduled for this morning, and once they're completed, the coroner will release the official cause of death. Meanwhile, Canyon City police have identified the victims. You can see the picture here, 35-year-old Mandy Folsom and 2 of her children, 9-year-old Marissa and 5-year-old Mason. Surviving teenage daughter says that she was sexually assaulted by the suspect. He is listed as 31-year-old Jacob Van Winkle, now being held without bond for the deaths of the Folsom family. We have learned he has a lengthy criminal history, too, including jail time for domestic violence and arrest for violating a restraining order. He's also have charges of molestation, child molestation and battery in Indiana, and assault charges from Washington State.
Colorado residents who lost their homes in last year's floods and wildfires still have to pay property taxes, but now state lawmakers are trying to change that. Today, a House committee will discuss a bill that would give flood and fire victims a tax credit. The credit will cover the property tax after homeowners pay, but the bill likely to be amended. That's because some lawmakers don't think homeowners should get a property tax bill in the first place. Meanwhile, the city of Colorado Springs hosting a flood preparedness meeting. It'll be tonight from 6:30 to 8:30 at Front Range Alliance Church. That's on Centennial Boulevard. Speakers will address issues for the neighborhoods along North and South Douglas Creek. The meeting will provide information on flash flood risks from the Waldo Canyon burn scar. The city will also discuss flood mitigation and educate residents on what to do during a flood.
All right, 8:23 is your time right now. We've had a lot of breaking news this morning. We continue to follow all of those stories, and we'll bring you the very latest. We'll switch gears a little bit. It is Wednesday, and that means another furry critter here for you to take home.
What a cutie. Coming up next, we're going to introduce you to Bubbles.
Hey, Bubbles.
Hey, Bubbles, over here.
All right.
I'll also talk with our friends from the Humane Society. There you are, Bubbles. Stay with us. Well, it has been a very busy morning. We are following more breaking news, this time on the East Coast. You are looking at a live picture, Harlem, New York. Firefighters at the scene of a possible building collapse and explosion. It's at East 116th Street and Park Avenue in Harlem. There are reports of around a dozen people injured, and you can see right there, fire department spokesman saying that the first call came about a possible collapse at 9:31 a.m. Eastern time. Images from the scene, you see here live pictures showing a roaring fire, smoke just billowing from high above. The area has been evacuated, and you can see there, I think you can even see some flames there through the smoke. So this is an active scene. Building explosion, East Harlem. We have few details right now. Information continues to come in, but we will continue to, and you can see them right there on the ladder truck using the hose trying to put this fire out, but they have a long ways to go. So we'll continue to monitor the situation closely and bring you the very latest. Right now, we need to switch it over to Justin because we do have our Pet of the Week.
Well, yes, and again, we have a lot of breaking news. We always want to bring you the very latest information here on Fox 21, but it's Wednesday. We can't forget about our Pet of the Week. We got to get this girl adopted here.
Thank you
Not
for
this
squeezing
one.
us in. I'm
yes.
good. I've
Okay,
been
you're
adopted.
good. Gretchen doesn't need to be adopted. Gretchen, of course, Presley here with the Humane Society of the Pikes Peak region. You've got Bubbles here this morning.
That's right.
Talk about her.
Very special friend. She is a 3-year-old pit bull mix. She came in with a lot of wounds, not really sure what they're from. Fight with the wild animal, fight with the dog, we're not sure, but had a really bad one on her left front leg that we have been bandaged up for and everything. And so she, there you go, sweetie.
She's very lovable.
Oh yeah, so sweet.
Yeah,
Absolutely loves everybody. Doesn't have much training, like she doesn't even really know how to sit, but she has been jumping into my lap all morning.
She jumped into my lap a minute ago.
Very, very sweet. Loves giving kisses. She will definitely give you a bath.
Well, that's good. And you had like weekly daily bandage changes, right? And antibiotics,
everything.
pain meds. So to adopt her, you need to help her out.
A little bit, yeah. They'll have to apply an ointment for about the next 2 weeks, and then we will give her a free recheck in our surgery center.
Hi, can you give kisses? Oh, you give kisses. Oh, that's just lovely. Thank you. Thank you for that. You're a sweetheart. You smell like dog treats.
Yeah, we've been getting the dental ones, so she probably smells pretty good.
Okay, Bubbles. Bubbles available, again, at the Humane Society, of course, hsppr.org. But you guys are doing something. You're in green.
Yes,
You've got a
she
pot.
is not.
She's not, but you have a pot of stuff right there. You can kind of see that Brittany has in that shot.
Pot-O discounts.
Pot-O discounts. I love it. And you're all green and ready to go.
Yes.
Luck of the Irish sale. The information here on your screen. It starts Saturday.
Saturday through Monday.
Saturday through Monday. You just draw shamrock. That's hard to say.
Yes. Draw a shamrock from the bucket here, and you can win up to, this one's a 15, you can win up to $50 off any adoption, even our variable price animals.
It's like a game.
Yes.
Just come in there.
Yes. See if you're
Adopt
lucky or not.
Bubbles today. It's Luck of the Irish sale going on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday at the Humane Society of the Pikes Peak region. HSPPR, there it is. Feeling lucky. Go to the website there, hsppr.org. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
All right. Bubbles, we'll get you adopted. You're a sweetheart. Yes, you are. 8:29 is your time. Let's take a look outside and see what's happening here. Beautiful shot here from our Fox 21 Sky Cam. There's Pikes Peak in the distance, gorgeous blue skies. We've got a little bit of wind this morning, and with that wind, making our wind chills feel very cold. Currently, it's only 9 at the Air Force Academy in the 8 o'clock hour. 18 in Colorado Springs, 20 in Fort Carson, and 26 in Pueblo. So what we're going to look for your week's worth of weather, going to bump those temps up. 45 today, but mid to upper 50s tomorrow. Back to the lower 50s on Friday and Saturday. And the Shamrock at the end of the rainbow there, the little leprechaun, 60 on St. Patty's Day, Monday. All right, Brittany Baker now with a look at our commute. Want to see how things are going so far for you on your Wednesday morning. Good morning, Britt.
Good morning. Right now we still have that crash at Burgess and Shipman, and also eastbound Fountain and Academy. So keep those in mind if you're going to be in either of those areas. We also have some stop and go traffic right now. Southbound I-25 between Monument and Baptist Road. They're moving that camera around behind me right now, trying to get a better view maybe. But that is a camera of I-25 and Glen Eagle, and everything is looking okay in the northbound lanes in that area. We'll have another look at traffic coming up in just a few minutes. 8:31 your time right now. We'll be right back.
All right, 8:33 is your time. It's a very busy morning here on your Fox 21 Morning News. We've got headlines for you, of course. We just had the end of that police chase, and we'll get some more video of that if you missed it just a few minutes ago. More on that in a few minutes. Meanwhile,
a car crashes into a house in Pueblo, leaving one person dead. Now police are looking for the driver. It happened shortly before 8 o'clock last night. Police say a white Jaguar sedan ran off the road and crashed right into the house. One person inside the home was killed, a second person injured. At this time, police have not been able to locate the driver.
now a first-of-its-kind study looks into the underground economy of sex trade and trafficking among 8 major U.S. cities. Atlanta has the largest underground sex economy, worth $290 million a year. Denver had the smallest of the 8 cities studied, with $40 million a year.
Next, a White House official says President Obama will direct the Labor Department to strengthen overtime pay protections for millions of workers. The proposal is meant to help salaried workers who may be expected to work more than 40 hours a week without receiving overtime pay. The president expected to announce the directive tomorrow.
Now to New Jersey, where a man is facing charges after his 2-year-old son was found carrying packets of heroin at a child care center. According to cops, the teacher found 48 small envelopes in the boy's jacket of heroin. Investigators do not believe the child even knew the drugs were there. The boy's father now charged with endangering the welfare of a child. It is 8:35 on this very busy Wednesday morning. It got busy fast, didn't it, Kim? I mean, literally an hour ago, we were just hanging out and chatting about things happening today, and then that chase happened, and we had it live here for you and live, local, all morning long. That's why you have to watch Fox 21 Morning News, because we're on from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. So all 4 hours, we're live and local. We're bringing you that. We don't have to cut away from any of those national shows. You can watch all your information that you need here on your TV in your living room or kitchen or bedroom or bathroom, wherever you have your TV. All right, we have temperatures right now in the teens in the Springs, 26 in Pueblo and La Junta, 16 in Trinidad, 18 in Saguache and Alamosa. You factor in a little bit of wind out of the north and west, about 8 to 10 miles an hour, and it feels like we are in the teens and single digits. So those wind chills still in effect this morning, but we will get more of that sunshine later today and less of the wind, which will make it feel a little bit nicer. Even though our high is only in the 40s, your weather story for your hump day Wednesday is that we'll see more sunshine and less wind. Temperatures do get warmer for tomorrow. Nice little bump, too, as we get toward the end of the week. Here's your day planner for today. Outdoor lunch today, yeah, you might have to towel off the chair and the table, but 37 to 40, you'll need a jacket if you're going to be outside, but it's going to be sunny and not windy at all, so that's going to be a good thing. And by this afternoon, we'll top out right around 45 to 49. So I'll give you more information on that week's worth of weather, how much we're going to warm up tomorrow, and into our St. Patty's Day weekend. We'll have that for you in just a few minutes. Not a lot happening on the road, so we gave Brittany a break here, and we'll have more weather and traffic for you in just a few minutes as well.
All right, Justin, thanks. 8:37 now. It changed the way we live, play, and do business. And next on Fox 21 Morning News, Craig Coffey back with more on the Internet's big day and a look back to where it all started. All right, well, welcome back. 8:40. It has been a busy morning. We want to recap what has been our top story all morning long. You watched it live unfold right here on Fox 21 Morning News.
Yeah, we're just about 6:20 this morning. Longmont Police put out an Amber Alert about a guy who was in a convenience store, took a car that had a kid inside the car. This is the car here, the Ford Edge. A 2008 Ford Edge. It was traveling at very high rates of speed. He took the car with the child, a 4-year-old.
Right, headed southbound on I-25 towards Denver at the time. But then he continued on different side streets and ended up on different interstates.
Yeah, and about 7:30 when we picked up the chase live on Fox 21 and went to I-76, and he was heading east on I-76 the right way toward Brighton. These are some pictures of him in the convenience store, okay? You can see him there with his yellow and black jacket. There's the top of his head. That's all we had at the beginning.
Right, and then we watched live him carjack not one, but 2 different vehicles.
Yeah, so he left the Ford Edge with the child inside. Luckily, that child is okay. Got into another car, kicked the other 2 people out of that van. We don't know still if there was somebody else in that van. Took that van, went the wrong way on I-76, which was frightening for all of us to watch.
Right.
I mean, directly into oncoming.
You just didn't know how it was going to end.
Didn't know what was going to happen. Yeah.
Could have very well had a head-on crash.
Right. And then got onto 470, got off in Peoria, and we have the video to the end of the chase here. There he is. This is the 3rd car that he carjacked, but the second one we watched live wrecked this car. You can see police there near Lone Tree.
And look at he looks like he's trying to get into
He
that
tried
car.
to get into another car. He did. And that car smartly pushed into the cop car to say, no, you're not going to take my car. Here he is running for his life, and cops in pursuit as they chased him into this parking lot. We all watched this. This was what, 30 minutes ago? This is about 8:12, 8:10, 8:12, something like that.
Yeah. He takes off his jacket, tries to jump over a fence, as you'll see here in a second, but just, could not make it over. And that's when the cops swarm in, and he just kind of lies on the ground. There he is, just getting rid of his jacket.
And he slipped right there because of the ice. It's icy and shadowy there with some of the snow that they got up in the Denver area yesterday from that storm. Comes to this fence. Cops are like, no, we got you now, buddy. And this is exactly where cops took him down. He did not resist. He got right onto the ground, right here. He got onto the ground because he knows there's no way out.
Now, this happened at Lincoln and Peoria.
Okay.
In Lone Tree.
That's where that's what the accident was, Lincoln and Peoria.
Right, yeah. And this is just into that business area right off that. But, he covered how many miles this morning as he was trying to evade authorities. And we still don't know his details, but they think he was involved in another car theft the night before.
And that was the car, that last car that he took, we watched it. The lady who he threw out of that car, she was pleading to not let him take the car. She even ran across the street when he came back the other way, trying to say, please don't take my car. Dude, does that mean somebody else was inside that car? We don't know. But at least a peaceful end, with the exception of 2 wrecked cars and people's lives an upheaval from all these different carjackings.
And the boy is safe.
The trooper was injured too. Yes.
We do know now that a trooper was injured. We don't know the extent of those injuries, but I mean, obviously it could have been a lot worse.
And remember, if you were watching, and if you weren't watching, here's what happened. Colorado State Patrol tweeted out, "Look, we're not doing this anymore. We're not pursuing. It's too dangerous." That's when we watched him carjack that other car, and I was like, my God, there's nobody that's going to get him.
They tried to throw out those spike strips, and that did nothing.
And then so finally, it looks like the Lone Tree Police, Douglas County, that's where it is, obviously in Lone Tree there, where they got that guy, and that was the end to that chase. So,
heart-pounding.
Yeah, heart-pounding morning, and we had it all for you here live on Fox 21, and, glad that more people weren't hurt.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right. It is 8:44 right now. What would we have ever done without it? Especially this morning. We were
perfect example, Craig Coffey. Yeah, we're talking about the internet and talking about the birthday of the internet. Craig, all morning we're over there on Twitter, we're on our computers, we're going, hey, we're getting live updates from folks there, and what would we have done without the internet?
That's right. You'll probably watch these highlights and videos all day long, too, online on our website, too.
Yeah.
But think back in your life before smartphones, iPads, or laptops, or if you can, to life before shopping, researching, and messaging via the internet. The World Wide Web has made life a lot easier and a lot more interesting for all of us. And before the idea was born 25 years ago today, the internet was a very different and complicated place. Now, in March of 1989, music was on the radio. Remember those days? All the news was fit to print, and TV was by appointment viewing only, and movies were viewed in a theater or on a thing called a VCR. 25 years later, yes, that's all changed. On March 12, 1989, computer scientist Tim Berners-Lee wrote a paper proposing the architecture that would become the World Wide Web. His intent, a simple file sharing service for scientists. Instead, it paved the way for tech giants today, simplifying things we do every day.
Anytime I need to do something, I just go to Google, and I can't imagine not having Google.
I'm one of those people who would always just come up with random questions and say, like, well, I guess I'll never know the answer to that because I don't have time to go to the library. Now I carry the library in my pocket, which is very convenient.
Yeah, it makes things so easier.
I remember going to the library, having to do my research.
What's a library? A card, yeah.
What's
What
the
is
Dewey
that?
Decimal System? Where's that? Where's Dewey?
In 1995, only 14% of Americans told the Pew Research Center that they use the internet. Maybe it had something to do with those, primitive screeching slow dial modems. Remember that? You love that sound, right?
Oh,
I'm going online, honey. I'll be back for lunch. According to Pew, that number jumped to 46% by 2000. It now stands near 87% today. The coupling of Wi-Fi and smartphones means the web is pretty much always at hand. So, get this, in 1995, Newsweek published an article scoffing the future of the internet, laughing at the idea of people.
Just like
we would get news or buy merchandise or learn stuff online. It's still on their website, if you want to go on and check it out. Also, the National Institute of Standards and Technology in Boulder, they created what's the atomic clock, so accurate that it would not lose or gain a second.
You love your clocks.
In 20 million years. Justin loves this.
Yes.
This is the clock that's used for internet time. And also get this, AOL still brings in $600 million a year from dial-up internet subscriptions.
people still have dial-up,
Well, I
apparently.
think a lot of rural communities, they don't have access.
That's what Congress and the president have talked about, trying to get more access and broadband internet to these communities that don't have it. But AOL, remember you used to IM?
AOL,
Yeah.
You've got mail.
Yeah, and the little IM thing with a little smiley face and stuff. All right.
Can't imagine it now without it.
Yeah, absolutely. We wouldn't be able to do our job this morning with that. All right, thanks, Craig. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Craig. 8:47 now. We'll be right back.
All right, welcome back. 10 minutes in front of 9 o'clock on your Wednesday morning. I'm meteorologist Justin Chambers. Thanks for sticking with us and making us a part of your morning routine. That way you get all the live local information right here. We don't cut away. We stay with you, and we bring you these live events as they happen. Satellite and radar picture, mostly clear conditions right now throughout most of the West Coast. That storm history. But behind it, some colder temperatures, still 40s and 50s up and down the I-25 corridor today. Great day for spring skiing, outdoor activities, just a little on the chilly side with temps that'll get into the mid to upper 40s for the Springs and Pueblo. But a nice warm up tomorrow. More on that in a moment. Let's check in with Brittany. How is that commute going so far, Britt?
Well, right now there's a crash. Vincent Drive just south of Woodman, but that's all that's really happening with traffic down here for us in southern Colorado. Here's a live look at Highway 24 and 8th Street. Everything is looking good here, and that'll do it for today's traffic.
Brittany, thank you. Violence breaks out between riot police and hundreds of protesters in Turkey, and that begins our look around the world this morning. The clashes erupted after a teen injured in last year's protests died of his injuries. Demonstrators gathered to protest the boy's death and called on the government to resign. Last year, the teen was hit in the head with a police tear gas canister. He remained in a coma until his death yesterday. Several police officers were questioned about his head injury, but none has been charged. New in the Oscar Pistorius murder trial, a police forensic expert says it appears he was not wearing his prosthetic legs when he knocked down his bathroom door with a cricket bat after killing his girlfriend. Pistorius says he tried to break open the door when he realized he'd shot Riva Steenkamp. The forensic scientist used the actual bathroom door in his testimony. He squatted to highlight marks on the door and says they are consistent with Pistorius not wearing his prosthetics. Now to Chile, where the country's first female president makes history again, winning another term as president. Michelle Bachelet was inaugurated yesterday, Chile's first female congressional president, placing the presidential sash around her neck. It is the first time the sash was passed from one woman to another.
All right, it's 8:53. We had some breaking news. We couldn't quite do trivia, but I do want to let you know the answer. And, of course, our winner today. It's all about the dollar bill. I asked you to tell me how many times it says 1 on the dollar bill without looking. Top 4 answers on the board, 6, 2, 7, or 8. And you went with?
7.
Yeah, it's 8.
Oh.
8 times
All
it
right.
says 1. So congratulations to our winner, Pam Mihawk of Colorado Springs. Congratulations, Pam. We are hooking you up with a $25 gift card at Texas T-Bone Steaks Done Right. 2 on the front, and 6 on the back.
6 on the back.
6
okay.
on the back. Not the number 1, but the word 1.
Written out.
2 on the front,
Okay.
6 on the back. Check it out next time you have $1.
It is now 8:53. We'll be right back. Is that free money?
No, that's mine. Get out of there. Still trying to catch my breath after that chase, man. I've never seen anything like that before. But all right, we collectively have gotten ourselves together. Go to our website, fox21news.com, Twitter at Fox21News, and of course on Facebook. You can follow us there, and that way we'll have the very latest information. Obviously, there's going to be more with this suspect that was in the Denver metro area, causing quite a scene there this morning. All right, let's talk about our weather here in southern Colorado. 45 for your high today in Colorado Springs. That's still below average, but with less wind, it will actually feel pretty nice this afternoon. Real nice bump in the temps, get close to 60 tomorrow. We take a little bit of a dip there Friday and Saturday back to the lower 50s, and we could have a little shot of winter weather coming in late Saturday into Sunday, but St. Patty's Day is actually shaping up to be pretty nice with temperatures in the low 60s for the Springs and mid to upper 60s for Pueblo starting on Monday and into Tuesday. Again, 49 in Pueblo today, lower 60s tomorrow, so a nice little rebound and no real big precipitation problems in sight, with the exception of that little system that could pass by the area, at least on Saturday night into Sunday.
All right, well, very busy morning today. You want to check the latest at fox21news.com, and then later at 6:30 and 9 tonight. I'm sure they'll have more details on the suspect in the Denver car chase and also that explosion in Harlem, New York.
Also, Ukraine, too. There's more issues going on with that, so we'll have all of that for you on the website. We're in it right now, fox21news.com. See you tomorrow.